Welcome to the Waterfront Rescue Skills module of the American Red Cross Lifeguarding Program. In this module, you will learn skills specific to waterfront lifeguarding. Use the run and swim entry to enter the water from a gradual slope with a zero-depth edge, like at a wave pool or a natural shoreline. To perform a run and swim entry, securely hold your rescue tube and excess line as you run into the water, lifting your knees high to keep from falling. At the point you can no longer run, place the rescue tube across your chest and under your arms as you lean forward and begin swimming towards the victim. Alternatively, you can drop the rescue tube into the water and begin swimming, letting it trail behind you. Do not dive or plunge head first into the water, as this could cause a serious head, neck, or spinal injury. If the victim can walk, use the walking assist to remove them from the water. Place one of the victim's arms around your neck and over your shoulder, grasping their wrist. Wrap your other arm around the victim's back or waist and maintain a firm grasp while you help them walk to safety. If the victim is unable to walk, the beach drag is a safe, easy option. Once you reach shallow water, stand up behind the victim and move your rescue tube out of the way so you don't trip on it. Firmly grasp them under the armpits, supporting the victim's head as much as possible with your forearms, and walk backwards toward the shore. Drag the victim far enough so that they are completely out of the water. Lower them gently to the ground and assess the victim's condition and provide appropriate care. A beach drag can also be performed with two rescuers. Each lifeguard should grasp the victim under an armpit and support the head. To perform a head splint in extremely shallow water when the victim is face down, first walk to the victim's side. Position the victim's arms alongside their head, squeezing firmly to secure the victim's head between their arms. Roll the victim toward you, stepping above the victim's head and lowering your arm so that their arms move over yours. Your hands will rotate as you turn the victim face up, so maintain pressure. Check responsiveness and breathing from your position above and behind the victim's head. Continue to monitor the victim's condition as you wait for help. One of the unique challenges of working at a waterfront facility is poor water visibility. Murky water and sun glare can make it difficult, if not impossible, to see anything below the surface. When drowning victims go under where visibility is low, it can be difficult to locate them. If you see a victim submerge, activate your facility's emergency action plan and swim to the place where you last saw the victim. If you can't locate a victim quickly, your safety team may have to organize a search. When organizing a search in shallow water where the bottom cannot be seen, have one lifeguard act as the supervisor. Organize lifeguards, staff, and adult volunteers to help with the search. Have the searchers link arms or hold hands to form a line in the water. Instruct the searchers to sweep their feet across the bottom with each step forward. This ensures that you will cover every inch of the bottom where the victim may be submerged. If there is a current in the area, walk downstream. Tell searchers to yell loudly to alert the search supervisor if they feel something worth investigation on the bottom. If a victim is missing in deep water, you may need a mask and fins to help with an underwater search. This equipment is not difficult to use, but it does require some practice. Here are the basics. A mask is made of soft, flexible material with a head strap that is easily adjusted. The faceplate should be non-tinted tempered safety glass. Some masks have additional features such as a molded nosepiece or a purge valve. Choose a mask that allows you to block or squeeze your nose to equalize pressure. Fins come with different sized blades. Larger fins are faster, but they require more leg strength. Select fins that fit your feet and match your ability. To check that your mask fits properly, place the mask against your face without using the strap. Inhale through your nose to create a slight suction inside the mask. You should be able to keep the mask in place without having to hold it. Adjust the straps so the mask is comfortable. If a strap is too tight or too loose, the mask may not seal properly. A good fit keeps water from leaking into the mask. Try the mask in the water. If it leaks a little, tighten the strap. If it continues to leak, check it again with suction. You may need a different size. To prevent the mask from fogging, rub saliva on the inside of the faceplate and then rinse the mask before putting it on. There are also commercial defoggers that you can use to keep the faceplate clear. Fins help you swim faster and cover greater distances with less effort. Wetting your feet and the fins makes it easier to put them on. Push your foot into the fin, then slide the heel or strap up over your heel. Don't pull the fins on by the heels or the straps because this can cause them to break or tear. The fins should fit your feet snugly. If they are too loose or too tight, you might need a different size. To swim underwater with a mask and fins, use a modified flutter kick. The motion should be deeper and slower with a little more bend in the knees than the usual flutter kick. It's easier to swim underwater using only your legs. Keep your arms relaxed at your sides. In murky water, hold your arms out in front of you to protect your head from objects that may be difficult to see. When wearing a mask and fins, enter deep water using a slide-in entry or a stride jump. Never enter head first with a mask and fins. To do a stride jump with mask and fins, put one hand over the mask to hold it in place, keeping your elbow close to your chest. Make sure no swimmers or other objects are in the water below. Step out with a long stride over the water, but do not lean forward. When you enter the water, the fins will slow your downward motion. Keep your arms at your sides and your face in the water as you swim. To perform a feet-first surface dive when wearing a mask and fins, position your body vertically in the water. Press down with both hands and kick strongly to raise your body out of the water. Take a breath and let your body submerge. Keep your legs straight and together with your toes pointed. As your downward momentum slows, turn your palms out and sweep your hands and arms up. Repeat this movement until you reach the depth you want. Then, tuck your body and roll to a horizontal position. Extend your arms and legs and swim forward. To perform a head-first surface dive with mask and fins, first build momentum using a swimming stroke. Then, take a breath and sweep your arms backwards towards your thighs and turn them palms down. Tuck your chin to your chest and flex at the hip as you sweep forward and down with your arms. Lift your legs up, straight and together, so that their weight above the water helps the descent. Your body should be fully extended, streamlined, and almost vertical. If necessary, kick and/or pull simultaneously with both arms to go deeper. Then, tuck and roll to level out and swim forward underwater. Use a mask and fins to conduct a deep water line search. Only lifeguards should participate in the search for a victim in deep water. One lifeguard is stationed above the water level on a pier, raft, or watercraft to act as a safety lookout. This lifeguard has rescue equipment ready in case a searcher gets in trouble or finds the missing person. Searching lifeguards form a straight line, each an arm's length from the other. On a command from the lead lifeguard, all lifeguards do the same surface dive, feet first or head first, to reach the bottom. If the water is murky, check the bottom by sweeping your hands back and forth in front of you to cover the entire area. Swim forward a predetermined number of strokes, usually 3, and return to the surface, going up as straight as possible. At the surface, the lead lifeguard accounts for all searchers and reforms the line at the position of the searcher who is the farthest back in the line. From there, all searchers back up one body length, and on command, the team dives again. Be careful not to miss any areas on the bottom as you dive and resurface. Try to avoid disturbing silt and dirt on the bottom to help keep the water as clear as possible. Repeat the dive sequence until the victim is found or the entire area has been searched. If the first search is unsuccessful, repeat the line search at a 90-degree angle to the first search pattern. If the missing person is still not found, expand the search to nearby areas. Consider whether currents may have moved the victim. Continue to search until the person is found, emergency personnel take over, or officials call off the search. If you find the victim during the search, grasp the victim and return to the surface. Move the victim to safety, keeping their face out of the water. The safety lookout brings rescue equipment to the rescuing lifeguard, while the lead lifeguard calls off the search, accounts for all searchers, and instructs them to assist as needed. Some waterfronts use rescue boards as standard equipment. They're most useful when there is a long distance between you and a victim. They can hold you and one or more victims. Using a rescue board takes lots of practice in different water conditions to get good at it, but it's a great tool once you've got it mastered. To launch a rescue board, grasp it firmly on both sides at about the middle of the board and enter the water. When you're about knee-deep, lay the board down beside you and push it forward. Climb on just behind the middle and lie face down. Paddle using either a front crawl or butterfly arm stroke. If you need to change to a kneeling position to better see the victim, paddle a few strokes before moving on the board. With practice, you'll be able to launch the rescue board and go directly into the kneeling position. When using a board for a rescue, always keep it positioned between you and the victim. Approach from the side so the side of your board is next to the victim. Grasp the victim's wrist and slide off the opposite side of the board. Try to calm the victim as you reach across the board and hold on. Keeping the board as stable as possible, help the victim onto the board and help them lie on their stomach. Carefully climb on the board from the back and lie between their legs. Be careful not to tip the board over. Keep your legs in the water for stability and paddle back to shore. If the victim is unconscious or unable to climb onto the rescue board, approach to the side. Grasp the victim's hand or wrist and, in one smooth motion, slide off the board to the opposite side while you flip the board towards you. The victim's chest should be against the far edge of the board. Without letting go of the victim, grasp the far edge of the board with your other hand. Kneel on the near edge of the board and use your body weight to flip the board and the victim toward you. Catch the victim's head as the board comes down. Pull the victim's legs onto the board so the victim is balanced in the middle of the board with their head toward the front end. Climb on the board from the back and lie between the victim's legs. Keep your legs in the water for stability and paddle to shore.